Hey everyone, let's climb Mount Tabletop. So I have a lot of board games, and I kind of wanted just to talk about the games I've got, where I got them, why I have them, stuff like that, little anecdotes about them. But before we talk the mountain, we do have to talk the overflow. This isn't even everything, but what I have stashed away is mostly doubles and weird Monopoly variants I thought were cool, opened once, never played, and they kind of just languish. Alright, so first up, at the top of the mountain, or the top of the overflow, Muffin Time. This was a game I kickstarted. It's one of two, and it's Aztec movie themed, and you want to end the game with 10 cards in your hand. Very chaotic. This is an older copy of Super Fight. It's very dusty. I haven't played it in a long while, but this was a game that Alex, Dan, Steve, and myself played a lot whenever we were over at Dan's. Actually, it's funny. What was it? I think it was like a skeleton in a mech or Hillary Clinton who can turn into any vehicle, and Alex and I deliberated for like 20 minutes. Dan and Steve were split on the vote, so then we had to draw a second card. Alex got 1,000 of them. One of the cards is now you have 1,000 of that character with that power. I just gave up instantly. There was no way I could beat that. This is a game I've wanted for a long while, and I got it back in 2017, 2018 maybe. This is No Respect. It is indeed a Rodney Dangerfield board game. This was kind of the white whale of my board game collection for a while, because it's a Rodney Dangerfield board game, damn it. Found it, I didn't find it. My family found it at a thrift store for like 30 bucks, which is a lot of money for Rodney Dangerfield board game. But they picked it up for me, and it was really cool to get this. This game sucks. The only thing that's Rodney Dangerfield themed is the instructions and the board. It's literally just like stacking number tokens. Exploding Kittens. I saw this on Steven Plays, and that was the sole reason I bought it. Flux is a game we played a lot at university when talking game design, because the rules are constantly changing. It is as chaotic as it sounds, but I love it. Dnd Starter Set. I have not played D&D. I've owned this for years, and I haven't played D&D. Blockus is currently the only game in my collection that's ever been thrown across a kitchen. And that's all you're getting about it. This game just slaps. Munchkin is good. I don't remember why I picked this up. This was at university, 2016 maybe. I think it just looked interesting. And it is. It's a good game. Quirkle is actually kind of a sentimental one for me. This was a game I played in 6th grade. We had this period, it was called, I think, Enrichment, and it was effectively like a weird hybrid between study hall and recess. And one of the enrichment teachers, it was myself and one of my peers, we loved board games, so the teacher went out and bought this thinking of us, and we played it and we loved it, and then I found this at a garage sale, and I bought it. I bought it from a garage sale. The box is in not great shape, but all the tiles are there. This one's very special for me. Now let's tear apart the mountain. Scott the Woz Monopoly. There are only 5,000 copies of this in the world, and I have one of them. Giant Uno and tiny Uno. I love the size difference. The Mind is a game I saw Sung Won Cho, Pro ZD, play on his channel, and it looked really, really stressful and interesting, and it is. I've had only one opportunity to actually play it, and explaining the rules was so difficult we never played it again. Codenames. I've seen this game on Steven Plays, and haven't played it yet, but I will say I did quite like what I saw. I don't remember how I got the metagame. This is kind of like even nerdier apples to apples. It has rules for 1,000 players. I don't exactly know why I've got this, but I literally don't know anything about this. I think it is just smaller Pandemic, which I've played regular Pandemic. I don't know how legible this is from a distance, but this is the Chameleon. It even says it on the side. If this isn't legible at all, I'm so sorry. This is kind of just like a bluffing game. It looked interesting. The box was always very striking. I saw this a lot at Meyer, so I own it now. The very first board game card tabletop thing I ever kickstarted. The Binding of Isaac, The Four Souls is probably actually one of my favorite card games. I've kickstarted the expansion. That's coming in June-ish, July. And I am looking forward to that gigantic box. I don't think I have room for it. Luckily, I didn't get any of the massive stuff. My younger brother got flippin' Monstro and Baby Plum plush. Don't got room for that kind of stuff. There are a lot of cards in this game and a lot of characters, and everything you like about the Binding of Isaac is here, plus the game is just fun. Alright. On the surface, this just looks like Catan, but it's really all in presentation when you open the box and get all the garbage off the top. Oh my god, got these cool wooden dividers on the inside of the box. I got this because this allows you to keep all of the expansions all in one box. So I'm able to keep just this. I don't have to bring like 3 boxes downstairs. It's the best way to store Catan. Catan... Some people don't like the Settlers of Catan. Sungwon Cho is a noted unenthusiast. But I feel like a lot of it comes down to I don't think it's really like sold right to people. It's kind of... People expect it to be Civ, and it's a lot more like Monopoly, but it's a shorter game than Monopoly with a lot more... Like, the actual like social aspect of Monopoly is present here, whereas it's house rules in regular Monopoly. So there's a lot of trading. The Cities and Knights expansion adds like a skill tree and some other cool stuff. I just like being able to set up this gigantic map and go and exploring through Catan and collecting things and placing really long roads all over the place to beguile and annoy everybody. Carcassonne is like an even simpler version of Catan. You place down squares, and those squares make roads and fields and towns, and you get points for whatever you complete. Very easy to pick up and play, and not that big of a game. I don't remember where I saw this. Steven Plays. I first saw this on Steven Vlog. And I didn't know what it was about. I just knew the name. So when I saw it in a local store, I picked it up, and it is actually quite good. Flashpoint. This is the game that inspired Up and Smoke. It's about putting out fires, as you would expect. Saw this on Steven Vlog again. Really liked this game. Ticket to Ride is a game about trains. The back of the box sells it as, oh, let's try to see how many towns we can visit by rail in a year. Don't listen to it. You're buying out train lines. I really wanted this game for a great long while. I finally picked it up a few years ago, and I quite enjoyed it. The cards inside the box are kind of small. But it is for that reason that I actually highly recommend the USA 1910 expansion. This gives you full-sized cards and more tickets, so there's a lot more variety in how you play the game. These things go together super fantastic. And if that's too American-centric for you, there's a Europe version. This one has the longest route in any Ticket to Ride game, with 8 up to 11 trains. There's a tunnel, which tunnels are stupid. This is my binder of Pokemon cards. I don't collect, I acquire. This isn't a collection, this is an accumulation, is a great way to put what this is. Super Mario Monopoly. It's got a block. This is kind of just Monopoly Junior, but with I think it's a full-sized board. It looks like a full-sized board. It's got locations from 8 different Mario games, including your favorites, Double Cherry Pass, Frosted Glacier. Weird selection of games depicted in that one. Pandemic. Even though there's a Flash game of the same name, in this one you are actually trying to stop the pandemic, which includes a SARS coronavirus. What's the date on this game? 2013. There was a SARS pandemic in 2003. I have a Woodcase poker set. I also have a Woodcase Risk, and I think a Clue. Well, this box is all smashed up. This is Rummy Cube. Rummy Cube? Rummy Cub? Rummy Cube. I'm gonna call it Rummy Cube. It's effectively Rummy. We didn't understand the rules the first time we played, and it took 2 hours to play as a result, and it was not good. Second time we played it, I think I understood the rules better, or at the very least I simplified and consolidated. So the game was just a lot faster and more enjoyable. I wanted a tin of Rummikub, but this one was on sale for an unbeatable price, so I got this one. Fun fact, don't sanitize your hands while playing this, the numbers rub off. D&D Player's Guide, D&D Dungeon Master's Guide. Again, have not played Dungeons & Dragons. Balderdash, all I know about this game is it's effectively just fibbage. We have not played it. Now, the front of the box doesn't do this game justice. I do have to open it and move some things. There we go. This is Dice Capades. You get just a whack load of dice with this thing, which is actually why I bought it. Originally, I was going to take all of these dice and just spill them into the dice bag. Didn't do that. Instead, it kind of just lives here. I actually don't want any of the dice that are in here because all of the numeric dice use Comic Sans. Back to the Future Dice Through Time. I literally have no idea what this game's about. This was a Christmas present from last Christmas, and it was almost the bottom of the pile, so it has not ever been touched by human hands until today. Oh my god, the carpet is a totally different color underneath. Sketchy stories. This is effectively just illustrations, but your words and phrases are weird. If you played Broken Picture Phone or Gartic Phone, it is effectively that. And that's why I bought it. There is actually one more game. I did lie to you. It is back in the overflow. So inside this unassuming little box is just a bunch of index cards. Let me find... Oh, here's one. This is 1,000 blank white cards. These are terrible index cards. Jesus. 1,000 blank white cards is a game I was made privy to, again, by Steven Vlog. And I was immediately enraptured by it. The idea is you just have blank cards and you write card effects and rules on them. And then as you play, like, those cards make up your hand. Once you've exhausted your deck, you go through all the new cards that have been added, talk about what you liked and disliked about them, and then vote on which ones you keep and get rid of. We've only played it a total of 2 times, and I would like to keep going. We just haven't had great time. Don't. Well, we did it. We scaled Mount Tabletop. If you'd like to see me review any of these other games more in depth, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitch, and a $15 donation in either tips or bits will get me to talk about one of these accursed pieces of card and plastic. I feel like the dude from Cast of Amontillado. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Coffee and social media links are in the description.